Welcome back. My name is Dawn. I'm a Yin Yoga instructor, and I have a class today planned that is going to focus on the entire body. Obviously, we can't do everything, every part of the body, but hopefully we can get into the hips, do some shoulders, and we'll do a little bit of chest opening and even some stuff with the feet. Okay, so it's an exciting class. What you'll need is, if you have a bolster, please grab it, or pillows, some kind of pillows, or even actually for the posture that we need that, even blocks will work. And blocks, I have some here. If you could grab some blocks, that would be great. Not entirely sure that we're going to need them. And maybe a blanket. So basically everything that we usually use, and your yoga mat. So grab what you need, and I'll see you back here when you're ready. So just stop the video, grab what you need, and we'll get started. Okay, so the first posture today is a hip opener. It's called, in the Yin, we call it shoelace, also known as Gomukhasana. So there's a couple ways we can do it. I'll show you a couple of variations. The first one, I'm going to start with stacking the left knee on top of the right knee, okay? And just kind of seeing if you can get both sits bones down, just finding some comfort here. This might not be available for everyone. The options might be straighten that bottom leg, so that right leg, so that'll work as well. Not a problem. It's still a hip opening, maybe not as intense. So if that's what you need today, then do that. The other option would be Sukhasana, or just the cross-legged pose. We call it in the Yin here. So any one of those, either of those, yeah. So just get yourself into a hip opening, sitting upright. If you do find that your back rounds, which we've talked about in other videos, so if you're not able to keep that nice neutral spine, but you're rounding and you're still doing that, well, it's not a big deal. Just take your blanket that you have, any blanket, any kind of height actually, maybe even a block. Sit up on that, roll your sits bones off the front of that, and hopefully that's going to help you to find that neutral spine. Alrighty, I'm going to come into the shoelace, and we're going to get going on this. Great. So, we're going to spend a few breaths just sitting here, not adding in the arms yet, not adding in any shoulder work, but just allowing ourselves to settle. So finding whichever variation of the shoelace, or sitting in cross-legged, whatever's going to work for you today. They're all great. One more breath here. Alrighty. So for this one here, I have my left leg on top. So I'm going to take my left arm and bring it behind me. Take my right arm up and back and clasp those fingers like so. Okay? So a nice shoulder opening, really widening up in there. If you can't do that because you're not able to reach, I'm going to turn my back to you. I want to show you what the hands look like. So that was the left hand and the right hand, just grabbing like so. Okay, so if you can't do that, you can grab, if you can't do that, you can grab anything. I don't have a strap here at the moment, so I'm just going to use this blanket because I want to show you what it looks like. So the top hand, take your material here, left arm here, and then there you go. Okay, so that will allow you to, if your hands can't meet, that'll allow you to have something to hold on to within that posture. So that's known as the Gomukhasana arms. Okay, nice shoulder opener. I think I'm doing the opposite leg. I don't even remember at this moment. I think I had the left leg on top. Either way, whichever leg. So if I have left leg on top, left arm back, right arm up, and if the preference and you want to do it the other way, honestly, it doesn't absolutely matter. This is the way I was taught, and this is the way I like to do it. Alrighty, let's stay with this. It's quite intense for the shoulders. It is a very good shoulder opener. So whether you have a strap or whether your hands meet behind your back, either one is wonderful, is lovely, is great, it's working. So if you're holding on to a strap, which I know at the beginning I forgot to tell you to get, so I'm sure you halted the video and ran and grabbed one. My apologies. If you're holding on to the strap, just having that tension and being able to pull apart your arms to find a little bit of opening. And releasing nice and slowly rolling those shoulders. Yeah. Beautiful. I'm going to switch up the legs now. So whatever variation you did on the first side, do the same one on the second side. So in my case, I was in the full shoelace. So now I have my, instead of my left leg, I have my right leg on top. And I'm going to take the first few seconds here, first few breaths, to settle in. Notice if I can allow those sits bones to become a little heavier on the mat. Finding equal weight on the two sits bones the best I can. You may notice whatever leg is on top, so again in my case it's the right leg, that sits bone, although it is on the mat, doesn't feel quite as grounded as that left sits bone. So this is where my work is. Righty. And when you're ready, we'll add the arm movement, getting some shoulder opening. So if for me, I have my right leg on top, I'm going to take that right arm and I'm going to place it behind me, just as I did on the other side there. Opposite arms now. Now my left arm is up top and I'm pulling apart. Just breathing here. And what's really kind of neat is noticing what the differences are. You really get to know your body when you get into some of these really awkward positions. And breathe. And try to stay calm. Try to stay grounded. Finding some heaviness in my bottom body here. Lightness in my upper body. This is my more challenging side. I feel a little bit more. Feel a lot of resistance. I'm not in pain, so that's the key. If you're in pain, if this is impossible for you to do, I do suggest using a strap, a belt, anything like that, and not necessarily keeping your hands even close together. Have them, maybe having them farther apart, just to eventually be able to get some opening within your body. Slowly, slowly releasing. Take your time. Roll out the shoulders, whichever direction, whichever way you'd like to do that. Very gently undoing those legs. Maybe doing some of these windshield wipers if that feels good in your body. Or maybe just letting your legs kind of wobble from side to side. So I did promise you a chest opener. There's a couple things that you can do. So there's a couple choices. One of them is to lay your pillows or your bolster down across your mat like so, like lengthwise, coming up to your bolster, lying back on it. Your legs, if you choose, you can take another hip opener in this butterfly leg, or just allow your legs to be straight. sink into your bolster and then open your arms up wide. This is where we're going to get that opening in the chest. And as well, at the same time, there's a back bend here. This is very, very nice. So lovely. I feel like I could fall asleep here. So if you're in that one and you like it, please stay there. The other option, for those of you that might want it, if you didn't love the first one there, little bug, is to take a block or something with a little height. You're going to see why here in just a moment. And taking your bolster crosswise on the mat, laying down. So right about where, behind your chest, right about where the bra strap would be. It's the easiest way to say that. Coming back, your head, adjust that block however you need. And then arms out wide. So this is a really good, really delightful chest opener. And it's a little bit more of a back opening, and in particular upper back, which is sometimes hard to get into, I find. So you might enjoy this one. Staying here, sinking into that bolster as best you can, your whole back body, allowing your chest to open up. When we open up our chest like this, or at any time with a back bend, it's a little bit scary. We're not used to that. We're normally curling forward. We don't lie around in a back bend. So it might bring up some feelings, some apprehension, might get you to feel a little aggravated. If that's the case, come on out. And then maybe try it again later. A few more breaths here. Wherever you are. And of course with this one you could have also taken that butterfly with the legs. I don't like it so much in this position. I find that increases my back bend a bit. It makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. You may love it. So you can try it, and if you like it, stay there. Notice how the breath feels as it enters your body, especially with this back bend, with the chest so open. As you inhale, where does the breath go? Where does the path, where is it leading to? And as you exhale, just noticing that, is it the same path? Does it feel different? What's actually happening? Is it easier to inhale like this, or is it more difficult with this back bend? It's all just information. Just take it in, just acknowledge. Bringing your arms maybe just across your chest for a moment. And then making your way up. Very, very slow, 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 especially if you were in this one with the block because your head was back a bit. You might feel a little bit lightheaded. Take your time. So from here, we're going to do a posture that I just really call the toe crunch, okay? You're going to see why in a moment here. Coming onto your hands and knees, curl your toes under, okay? And invite all of them into the party, I like to say. Invite all those little toes to the party, okay? So nobody gets left out. Your heels push them together the best you can. Again, I'm going to turn my back to the camera. I really just want you to see what's happening in my feet. So they're close together, the heels are together. I've invited every single one of those little toes, and then I sit and I breathe. Okay, so I'll stay sideways here just so you get a little look here, what's going on. Okay. Okay, I think my head is cut off a bit in the video. No matter, you can see what's happening. This is where the work is happening in my toes, in my ankles, and even this Achilles here, stretching it out. If you wear high heels a lot or have, they might find that that's shortened. So this is a good thing for you. And also the whole bottom of the foot. Stay in this one for as long as you want, just breathing. Send that breath right to those feet. If it gets a bit tough for you, a bit challenging, and you just want to come out, how about come out for a moment, tap the top of your feet, get some life back in those feet, and then instead of giving up, let's come back. Let's come back. Again, all the little toes, ankles together. Hands can be anywhere you want them to be. I generally just put them into Anjali Mudra. Just bring my hands together at my heart center. Couple more breaths here. Landing on the mat, top of the feet, tap them out. There you go. So there you have it. You did it. Come on down. You deserve this Savasana for sure. Allow yourself to become heavy on the mat. If you want a blanket, grab your blanket. I'm in a nice little sunroom here. I don't need it. If you want to put a bolster under your knees, you can do that. It's a really lovely way to release the psoas and to just enjoy. It's a very relaxing thing to do. If you don't have a bolster or pillows available, something else you can do is just bend your knees. Bring your feet probably above the width of your mat, on the edge of your mat here, and just let those knees fall together into constructive rest. Your hands can be on your body if that feels good, or down beside you. Really just doing whatever feels good in your body. Once you've found that position, relax. Let everything go. Notice any sensations in the body. Breathe into them and release them. So stay in your Savasana as long as you can or as long as you want to. We did a lot of good work here. And I thank you for joining me. So that was a little bit of the whole body. Some chest, some shoulders, hips, and feet. All right? Thank you for joining me. It's my pleasure as always. Namaste.